Hi everyone, and welcome to the Imagining a New We video blog with me, Dr. Samantha Cutrara. I've been a history education strategist for almost 20 years now, helping heritage professionals and history teachers teach history in more transformative, meaningful, and inclusive ways. I believe that history education should be a really important foundation for students to be able to understand how the world could be different, more just than the world that they see around them today. And so I am so passionate about making those lessons really tangible and practical for any type of history education, whether in traditional classrooms or non-traditional sites of education. And so welcome to this blog. I'm so excited because while I've done workshops and webinars and different strategies for organizations for such a long time now, this is really the first time I'm going to be interacting with teachers from across Canada in a format like this. So I really hope that these videos are helpful and useful for you in bringing some of these ideas that might seem really theoretical or might seem not as tangible for your classrooms into your classrooms in really practical ways that mesh with your practice, but also, as we all hopefully like to do, to push our boundaries a little bit in how we want to teach and learn and interact with students. My work is about imagining a new we because I have found that so often when we are talking about our history classrooms, we can make this distinction between like those who are Canadian and those who are other, or those who are Canadian and those who are new Canadians, right? Not as Canadian as the rest of us. Or we can even just make these really hard distinctions between teacher and student, and we separate these categories in ways that sometimes kind of can disassociate us with the realities of our students' lives in ways that we could probably augment a little bit to help them learn history in ways that are more connected to their lives, that demonstrate the connections and the complexities of the world around them, and that we can do that with a sense of care about who they really are and who they need to be. And I know so many of you do that, and so this isn't saying that that is not being done, but that we can often find ways to do it better. And when we do that within a community of educators, it can be so much sweeter because then we don't feel so much more isolated. Imagining a new we is therefore being a more inclusive vision of Canada and our history classrooms. And through this video blog, I'll be introducing different histories that you can bring into your classroom for Monday morning. I'll be talking about different elements of theory, whether it's my own or others, that might be able to help us think through a couple different elements of our practice. I know that we get so much of it when we do our Bachelor of Education, and now that we're 2 years in, 5 years in, 15 years in, 10 years in, we often forget to kind of go back and think about how can I push my practice a little bit more. And so this video blog is to help do that. And it is no coincidence that this blog, Imagining a New We, is named after my upcoming book, Transforming the Canadian History Classroom, Imagining a New We. This is the beginning of 2020. This book is now available for pre-order. If you are at the end of 2020, you should be able to get that in the next, couple days, in a week or whatever, because it will be published in the summer of 2020. And so many of these ideas that I've been able to talk with teachers all across Canada about are going to be in this book. And I really hope that we're able to continue the conversation in really integrated ways, both through a discussion of the book, but also through things that are going on around us. So, welcome to the blog. I can't wait to get to know you. And if you don't know me already, I look forward to you getting to know me. If you click the link below, which I think is like something people do on these blogs, it will take you to a page on my website that will give you links to other things that I've talked about today, as well as a full suite of videos if you don't see them in YouTube. So thanks so much for joining me. I can't wait to get to know you, and have a wonderful day.